Skinner and Demoulas in Richfield Springs and Turnbull Insurance Service since 1866 present Mohawk Valley Living, exploring the arts, culture, and heritage of our region. A special good morning to Mr. and Mrs. Kramer, watching from Florida and looking forward to coming home soon to Utica.
Good morning and welcome to Mohawk Valley Living. Today we are going to be visiting the town of Whitestown. At one time it was made up of 12 million acres, and it was called the Mother of Towns because so many other towns were made from it. We have been here several times in the past, but it is always fun and interesting to return.
They got rock and roll, rhythm and blues, honky tonk music you just can't lose. If you slow dance with my girl, you find a fun on the jukebox Saturday night.
Enjoy an afternoon of good food and music to benefit the Mohawk Valley Blues Society. A full Italian buffet and live blues will heat up the winter afternoon. Tickets are only $25, children under 12 $11. Today at the Ramada Inn in New Hartford, starting at 1 p.m. It's time for the Skinner and Demoulas road trip. We stop into Richfield Springs, where they have a full line of Jeeps, powerful Rams, and Ford trucks ready to take on any challenge. This week, we traveled just west of Utica to Whitestown. This town was formed in 1788. Although it has been whittled down from its original 12 million acres, it still retains the villages of New York Mills, Whitesboro, Yorkville, and Oriskany. Up high on Judd Road, near the former Oneida County Airport, we visit Cornell Cooperative Extension. Here they're gearing up for spring with many agriculture and gardeners programs. We learn about a few upcoming educational events from some master gardeners.
We have a workshop at the Utica Public Library coming up. We have 2 sessions, one during the day and one in the evening, and we're going to try to talk about vegetable gardening and the basics of starting a vegetable garden. You know, our goal is to try to get people to understand that it's really easy to grow your own food. Not only is it easy, but it's fun and it's very rewarding. We're expecting a good crowd, a combination if you've done vegetable gardening for the first time, or if you're an experienced vegetable gardener, or if you'd like to start a community garden or get the children involved in vegetable gardening. We encourage you to come on out to the Utica Library. We'll be giving a PowerPoint presentation and combination hands-on, talking about seed starting, different ways to lay out your vegetable garden, suggestions for composting, and even some suggestions from Cornell on the types of vegetables you can grow.
On Wednesday, April 10th, there's a program right here at Cornell Cooperative Extension about growing All-American Selections vegetables.
What we're going to do on the workshop that I'm doing is we're going to be talking about All-American Selection varieties, especially in vegetables. Now, All-American Selections, this is an organization that's been around for like 32 years. And the whole benefit of this program is they try out plants before you buy them. So the goal for this class will be, just for any class that we do here, is to make sure that people have a good gardening experience. You know, there's so many books out there. People go out, they want to grow their own vegetables, and what do? You know, they spend a lot of money, and then you go out maybe in August and your tomato plant is all droopy and it's disease-ridden. Well, some of the benefits of the AAS plants are that the qualities in them are that they are disease-resistant and pest-resistant. So it's not 100% that you're going to get a great plant, but gee whiz, it gives you a good opportunity to get the best product you can get.
To learn more about upcoming events or to talk with a master gardener, call 736-3394 or visit our website for links, mohawkvalleyliving.com. Just up the road is the Oneida County Airport Industrial Park, home to Nortic Incorporated. For 25 years, this injection molding company has been serving a variety of customers throughout the U.S., Canada, and Europe.
We started on September 15th, 1988, and we started manufacturing plastic spools and plastic boxes, and that was it. And we owned all the molds. Then we got into, we started doing some custom molding, and now we probably have a split of 50-50 custom molding and spools, mostly for fishing line, but also for insulated wire and bare wire. We manufacture spools up to about 9 inches in diameter and 4 inches in the traverse. That's the distance between the two flanges.
To learn more about the spools and other plastic molded parts at Nortic Incorporated, visit their website, norticinc.com.
Sitting here, I watch the world go by. Watching all the things they will wave goodbye.
We head back down into Whitesboro, where Whitesboro Street meets Court Street, and where Utica meets Puerto Rico. Food Caribe is a new restaurant with a taste of the island. Here you can enjoy authentic Caribbean food, made by Josue Perez with help from his wife and niece.
I'll make it through the night.
Yes, I wake up every morning. I'm interested in coming to work because I know it's for me and for my family. And I enjoy, you know, seeing people when their smiles and their type of deal. So I enjoy it, you know. I know that people enjoy what I'm doing. And I enjoy it myself making it. I think that's why they enjoy it so much, because when I cook like for me. I don't cook like I'm cooking for somebody else. You know, and if it's good for me, I know it's good for somebody else.
Everything here is good, but be sure to try Josue's sub. It is his own special recipe, and it is absolutely out of the world. It's really out of the country. It's Puerto Rican. And be sure to have what I had, the Caribe chicken. The sauce is something that is very, very unique, and it absolutely melts in your mouth.
Enjoy the taste of the island at the new Food Caribe. Mohawk Valley Living fans, stop in today and meet Josue and family, and enjoy a complimentary order of fried plantains. Food Caribe is open today 11 to 6, and Monday through Friday 9 to 8, and Saturday 9 to 9, on the corner of Court and Whitesboro Street in West Utica. We head to Whitesboro and Clark Mills Road to the Utica Curling Club. The club is one of the oldest curling clubs in the U.S., formed in 1868. But women weren't allowed to curl until the 1950s. Today, women are active members of the Utica Curling Club.
Well, our women's organization is the Glengarrys, so it started off as an auxiliary organization back when women were first allowed to enter the curling club, and we've really kept it alive and keep that organization going. So tonight is the Glen Platy, which is one of the rungs of the women's ladder in the competition. So this is the highest rung of the women's ladder. We probably have over 100 women members. On any given night we might have 4 sheets of curling, so there's 16 people per sheet. And it's great. We have a wonderful rapport out on the ice. We're competitive, but we're still very friendly. That's kind of the nature of the curling game. And then afterwards we sit up after the game and have a drink and share stories about work and family and friends, and really kind of solidify the friendship and the bond that we all have. So it's a great balance between competition and friendship. So, I started curling as a way to get to know my stepmother. At the time, my dad and my stepmom were dating, and she curled. So my dad started curling, and then we as children started curling as a way to kind of do things all together. And I really just stuck with it. I've been curling since I was 10, so it's been a great thing. Now my husband curls, so with my husband and my parents, we have a perfect mixed team. So it's kind of fun to play in mixed events and get to enjoy it as a family.
Come cheer on the Utica Curling Club as they wrap up their 2013 season next week. There are tournaments most evenings. You can see their complete calendar at uticacurlingclub.org. You will also find information about learning to curl and how to become a member.
I get when I look around, it lets me know I'm home. I'm making this very mine.
Watch Mohawk Valley Living on Fox WFXV every Sunday at 7:30 a.m. and 11 o'clock p.m., followed by an encore. And now also available on WUTR every Sunday morning at 11:30 a.m.
Yes, I'm making this valley my home.
Here's what's hot on the lot at Skinner and Demoulas. Hit the trails in a new 2012 Jeep Compass Latitude. Lease for just $199 a month for 36 months, $28.99 total due at signing. Just one of the many great deals at Skinner and Demoulas in Richfield Springs. Get your sled out on the trails. Call Turnbull Insurance and have a snow adventure tomorrow with complete snowmobile insurance protecting you and your sled. Call 735-9201 and get out on the trails. Celebrate the first sign of spring during Sugaring Off Sundays. See sugaring demonstrations, have a taste of Jack Wax, enjoy children's activities and the Empire State Carousel. A full pancake breakfast is served from 8:30 to 1 every Sunday in March during Sugaring Off Sundays at the Farmers Museum in Cooperstown. Experience Symphoria when they return to Hamilton College Friday, April 5th. This dynamic group of talented musicians, formerly known as Syracuse Symphony, will perform masterworks by Ravel, Korsakov, and Nielsen. Get your tickets for Symphoria at the Wellenhall Schaumbach Center for Music and Performing Arts at Hamilton College.
There are two kinds of people I divide population into, those that have a log home and those that want one. People come to us and with their dreams on paper, maybe it came out of a magazine, look at each customer as a unique individual and build the house that they wanted.
Savor homemade soups, sandwiches, quiches, and salads at the dessert booth in Clinton. And check out their fresh new look. Serving lunch Tuesday through Saturday and dinner Friday nights. See their menu on Facebook and save room for dessert. Spring style begins at the Village Crossing. Discover unique women's attire, jewelry, handbags, and accessories designed to delight. The Village Crossing on the Village Green in Clinton. Hey kids! You're invited to Elmo's Tea Party on Saturday, March 23rd from 1 to 3 p.m. at the Little Falls Antique Center and the shops at 25 West. You can reserve a seat for tea at 1, 1:30, 2, or 2:30, or just stroll in and visit. The event is free and includes favors, crafts, goodie bags, and dress-up fun with Elmo and a special cast of characters from Alice in Wonderland. Mom and Dad can enjoy shopping and sales during Elmo's Tea Party on March 23rd at the Little Falls Antique Center and the shops at 25 West at Canal Place in Little Falls.
Country, searching for my soul, looking back on my old used to be. Moving along.
Special thanks to Turnbull Insurance Service and Mark and Jim Turnbull. Their continued support makes the show possible.
The building that I'm in may look new, but in reality it is filled with tradition, not just for me, but for many of you. For me, it goes back to I think it was 1971 or thereabouts, and it was called the Courtview, and there was a fellow who was the cook there whose name was Simeon. And I can remember lines of people coming out of the courthouse to go over to the Courtview because they wanted to taste this new thing in town called moussaka. And that was the beginning of Simeon's Restaurant. Now it's this beautiful place here on Oriskany Boulevard, and you can come here still and have food that is as good as it was, 36 years ago. Everything from beginning to end, from the soup to the dessert, you can't find much better than right here at Simeon's.
Well, Simeon started in 1973. Just before that, my father ran the Courtview restaurant with my help from my mother. He sold insurance for Metropolitan. Before that, he was he was assistant manager at McDonald's up on Seneca Turnpike. After the Courtview had closed down, my father was unemployed at the time. And one of the men from Oneida National Bank, I think he was an upper level management there, friended my father from the Courtview. And even though my father was unemployed, he got him a mortgage to buy the first restaurant on Oneida Street in 1973. Then the restaurant, actually, he opened a second location in New Hartford, which is where the Daylight Donuts is right now. And New Hartford and Oneida Street ran together for maybe just a few months. And then my father realized he couldn't be in both places all the time, so he went just to New Hartford. And that was from 77 up until 1983. And then the story goes, and he showed up late for work one day. My father's known to be very spontaneous the way he does things. And Bob Rollins, who was my dad's first employee, is still here. My dad walks in, he goes, "Simeon, where have you been? I've been looking all over for you. We got to get ready for lunch." He's like, "Bob, get in the car." He's like, "No, we got to get ready for lunch. Get in the car." So he drove him down Commercial Drive, to this location. And he says, why are we pulling in here? He says, that's our new home. I bought it this morning. So, and then we've been here since.
Whenever you'd walk into the court view, there was a fellow behind the counter who was always there to talk to the public, to talk to the customers, and that was Simeon Sr. When I come here today, I'm greeted by his son, Simeon Jr., who has the same finesse, the same gusto, and the same congeniality.
Certain people were bound to meet to share a little bit of their love.
A next-door neighbor to Yorkville is New York Mills. Here we find another family-owned business, the Hapanowitz Brothers Market, where the family traditions are carried on today.
Here at the corner of Clinton Street and New Hartford Street in New York Mills are two fellows who have been keeping watch on New York Mills for quite a few years. As a matter of fact, I found out today that they became part of this as an advertising idea way back in 1941. That makes them 65 years old, and they are the Jolly Butcher Brothers. The Hapanowitz family has been in the grocery business since 1916. I took my number, and I'm number 213, and I'm now standing in front of the sausage counter, and I'm curious as to how many people behind here are Hapanowitzes. So let me ask, how many of you are Hapanowitzes?
I am right here.
Somebody called me earlier this week about the slice that we're doing here in New York Mills. She suggested that we beef it up a little bit and chew the fat with one of the local celebrities. When it comes to celebrities, when I interview them, I don't want to appear to be a turkey, but I don't mind going out on a limb. And so today we're going to try that for a second. I thought it would be a good idea to ham it up with a local celebrity. So he's promised not to bust my chops, right. But I don't want to reveal too much at this point. So here it goes. My God, that was a mouthful.
My father and his father, about 1939. A couple corner stores, then they started a bigger store. They opened a smokehouse, and we got a bigger store around here, and we had 2 or 3 satellite stores, and now we're down to one big. And we do a lot of wholesaling too in Syracuse, and so we're in wholesaling and retail. And we handle the best beef, the best items all the time, the best quality. That was the secret. Well, we had everything all around meat store, fresh beef and pork. Plus, we have our sausage and kielbasa, and our homemade soups and everything. We're the last of those, small, businesses, really family-owned, and yes, it's destiny. That's it. That's all I can say. It's destiny.
Well, my grandfather founded the store, I think about 1917. So, of course, all his sons had to work in the business. And my father and, Bruce's father were among them. And, I started here, when I was 15. I started working here, and we have a lot of customers. Customers that I waited on when I was 15 years old that I still know now that still come in today. They used to come into the old store on Lincoln Ave and everything. So, yeah, a lot of repeat customers.
What we can see. It's time.
In 1866, James B. Turnbull walked to farms and villages to visit his customers, earning their trust. Today, the 4th generation of Turnbulls continue that dedication, tailoring a life insurance plan to suit your unique needs and priorities. Turn to the company that is out there to earn your trust. Turn to Turnbull.
Hi, Dr. Tom. Bringing your cat to the Paris Hill Cat Hospital on Sundays is a part of Mohawk Valley living. Come inside and see why.
Paris Hill Cat Hospital, this is Lindsay. How can I help you? Hello, Mrs. Cole. Your cat is losing weight and you need an appointment? And you're only available on weekends. Sure, I have an available appointment with Dr. Karen Sunday at 2 p.m. Does that fit into your schedule? Okay.
We're open 7 days a week because we know that your cat can become ill anytime. The Paris Hill Cat Hospital, quality care for your cats and kittens.
Oscar's Picture Framing offers hand-finished molding and restoration of antique frames, restoring history for the past 42 years. Oscar's Picture Framing, 12 Kellogg Road, New Hartford. Shop Shelter for one-of-a-kind handmade gifts unlike anything you'll find elsewhere. Jewelry of sterling silver with inlaid stones and fossils. Adirondack frames, mirrors, and rustic furniture. And custom furniture designed by Jim Kiefer. Shelter, Main Street, Old Forge. Escape the cold winter days in the tropics at the Pop Butterfly Conservatory. Your winter doldrums will be swept away by free-flying tropical birds, butterflies, plants, and frogs. An unforgettable adventure for all ages. Open all winter long, Thursday through Sunday, noon to 4, on Route 7 in Oneonta. Meelan's Meat Market has your Easter specialties like store-made hams and kielbasa, leg of lamb and roasts, featuring low-salt, low-fat smoked ham and kielbasa. Try their famous crown roast of pork or prime rib. Meelan's Meat Market, your one-stop shop at the Four Corners in Clark Mills. Shop Tom's Natural Foods and feel good with over 150 herbs and spices and a full line of dietary supplements. Tom's Natural Foods in Clinton, naturally. You keep saying you're going to do something about your back and joint pain. Call Dr. Michael Tucherone, one of the area's only K-laser therapy chiropractors, the most advanced, non-invasive treatment of acute and chronic pain. Call 853-6225 and embark on your wellness journey today. The history of New York Mills begins shortly after the Revolutionary War, when Congress passed the Embargo Act of 1807. The community prospered with America's lessening reliance on British goods, creating a boom for the area's textile and manufacturing industries. New York Mills founding families, the Walcotts and the Campbells, were leaders in the textile industry and constructed 3 groups of mills and a bleachery. Their legacy can be seen in the community's buildings, parks, and churches.
It's time for the Cooper.
There are many, many parks here in New York Mills of which the residents are very proud. The bell behind me was originally in mill number 2, and if you go back those many, many years, the bell played a very significant role. Here's why. At 9 o'clock it was rung every night, and that meant it was a curfew. And by 10 o'clock there were 2 members of the mill that would go patrolling the streets to be sure that the lights were out in all of the homes here in New York Mills, I assume so that people would be ready to go to work the following morning and get a good night's rest. The bell in the park was from mill number 2. When mill number 2 was dismantled, a senior housing project was built in its place, and it is a replica of the mill. Right in front of it is a memorial to those who died on 9/11. One thing we've found over the last couple of weeks is that when you're in this area, the municipal boundaries tend to be all over the place. There's Whitestown, there is New Hartford, Yorkville, and New York Mills. Where I'm standing right now, there's a place that's been here for quite a few years. It's historic, it's traditional, and it is located on all 4 of those boundaries and municipalities. It's Twin Ponds.
This was originally the Campbell estate, and my family took it over in 1946 and built another 9 holes to make it an 18-hole golf course, and at that time changed the name to Twin Ponds Golf and Country Club. The Campbell was a Black Angus beef farm, to my knowledge, back in their day, and we've built off of the original carriage house. My family has since added the additions you see to the property to turn it into the banquet hall. I'm the 3rd generation running the property with me and my dad, Joseph, and people come here and play golf. We're open to the public. We have the banquet facilities. It's open for weddings, showers, banquets, testimonials. It's been in the family since 1946, like I said, and I've just been working here and taking over. It's just something I love to do every day.
Dick Keel graduated from the Bulova School of Watchmaking in New York City and worked for 14.5 years at Engelbert's Jewelers. Although there seems to be plenty of watch repair work, there are few who practice the trade.
From what I understand, I'm the only one formally trained. Now, there may be some others, and maybe they do the same thing I do. They just don't advertise because of the sheer volume that's available out there. Actually, a person could just, if they wanted to just specialize and do watches from the 1940s, you could do your Elgins, Walthams, or you could just do pocket watches. So, you know, it's basically a 50-hour week. I mean, I've always been interested in the small, intricate things. And it just seemed that for me, fortunately, I just fell right into it.
When you get to heaven where the angels sing, God will grant you peace, you earn your wings. Sing a song.
At the end of Cottage Street in New York Mills, there's a cemetery known as Glenside Cemetery. The land for it was donated by the Campbell family. They're buried here. And they donated the money to build the first Civil War monument in Oneida County, which was built more than 135 years ago.
Whether fate or destiny or plans from somewhere above.
Here's what's hot on the lot at Skinner and Demoulas. Hit the trails in a new 2012 Jeep Compass Latitude. Lease for just $199 a month for 36 months. $28.99 total due at signing. Just one of the many great deals at Skinner and Demoulas in Richfield Springs. Tour the Oneida Community Mansion House for free on Sunday, March 17th from 2 to 4 during the annual open house. Explore exhibits, tour period rooms, and enjoy refreshments in the lounge during the Oneida Community Mansion House open house on Sunday, March 17th. Call Yannick Excavating for all your residential and commercial projects, from new construction and land clearing to septic systems, driveways, basements, ponds, and topsoil. Visit yannickexcavating.com. The Artisans Corner in Clinton features art from the heart of Central New York. Handcrafted, one-of-a-kind, affordable artwork and gifts. Check out the St. Patrick's Day cards, clothing, jewelry, pillows, and glassware at the Artisans Corner, open every day in Clinton. Allie Lynn's Home and Accessories for distinctive gifts. For spring color. For the bride. For the wine. Allie Lynn's Home and Accessories, West Park Row in Clinton. Expecting the guys for football? Don't fret. Just call Deansboro Superette. They've got delicious Middle Eastern platters and their famous 4-foot Mega Monster sub. Call 841-4377. If you're in a collision, you need precision. Call your insurance company first and then choose Precision Unlimited, providing expert auto body collision repair since 1987 on Route 5 in Clinton. Shop the fun and frugal Newport Marketplace. Over 40 vendors of treasures, antiques, unique gifts, Amish baskets, and new and handcrafted items. New items arriving daily at the Newport Marketplace on Route 28, just 20 minutes from Utica, Little Falls, and the Valley.
I can't stand it when you're not around. I don't know quite what to do with myself. So if you have to leave me to...
We hope that you enjoyed today's show and that you will tune in for next week's show, which falls on St. Patrick's Day, which to me is very special because I happen to be Irish. Be sure to tune in, and between now and then, enjoy Mohawk Valley living.
Got a head like a beam, but he's still